What's going on, everyone? So a couple days ago I got a new alcohol burning stove, and I'm outside right now on the back porch gonna check it out and see how it does. This will be my first burn with my alcohol stove, but before that I'm gonna take you inside to the tabletop, do an unboxing, show you everything that comes with, everything I got for it, and go from there. So let's go back inside and do that right now. Alright, so here is the stove as it comes in the box, made in China. This is the ALOCS stove. That's the actual manufacturer of the stove. I bought this off of Amazon from, it was labeled as the Docooler portable mini alcohol stove. So let's go ahead and get into the box and see what we got. Alright, comes in a nice stuff sack. There, instructions in Chinese. So unless you want to look at the pictures, the stove itself, the little stuff sack. The stuff sack is a little bit interesting. It does have kind of a harder canvas base with a mesh upper part. I'll pull it out. There's the stove itself and the base. The base is constructed out of aluminum, I believe. Again, ALOCS. This acts as a stand for your pot as well as a windscreen. Alright, the stove. Alright, right here on top you have your snuffer. This is what you'll use to put out your stove after you're done cooking. It's got a lid on it. Nice sealed threaded lid with a rubber gasket in there. Now you've got your base. Pop your stove out in there. There are little tabs to hold it centered, and then from there you'll put your pot or pan on top of it. Alright, so something else I picked up is this Evernew ultralight titanium cross stand. Alright, it is just two pieces titanium that go together like that, and then I believe it fits down in the stove. You can put any cup or pot on this. Now I'm going to do some measurements and show you how much this thing doesn't weigh. I've got everything, the stove, the base, the snuffer, and the lid all in the stuff sack. 6.5 ounces. And now I have everything minus the stuff sack. 5.6 ounces. So my little Evernew titanium grill. 0.6 ounces. Stove with the grill minus fuel, 2.9 ounces. So 2.9 ounces. Alright, so let's go out and we'll go outside here in a little bit and light this thing up. Alright, so the purposes of this test, I will be using Clean Strip denatured alcohol. There's the stove itself. I'll be doing 2 cups of water in my Tokes 750 ml titanium pot. I'm going to be trying it out both with this Evernew titanium stove that I already showed you in the desktop, and I'm also trying out this Pathfinder School stove. I'm going to put that, or grill, I'm going to try putting that on top of the stove to see how well it does. About a third of the way full. Alright, first light. It's lit. Hard to tell even in a overcast light like this, but gonna give it a minute to warm up and then we'll proceed with the test. Alright, that's been going for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my pot on. It's 2 cups of water. 5 minutes. Starting to get a little bit of boiling bubbles. We're at 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Alright, well, we are at 13 and a half minutes, just about, and that's the boil I'm getting. Could be wind, a determining factor, or just breaking in the stove, but I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. Now I'm going to try it with this little grill top from Pathfinder School. See how that does. Alright, test number 2 with this thingy. Alright, let it go for 2 minutes. Now I'm going to add my 2 cups of water. Alright, so this pot's been on there for about 10 minutes, about 3 minutes without a lid, and getting a little bit of steam coming off the top of the water, but no bubbles, no signs of boiling yet. I have a feeling that that stovetop I'm using might be hindering it, protecting it from the wind, but also might be absorbing too much heat. Heat might not be transferring between the flame and the pot. Alright, well, I'm about to call this test. 14 minutes from the time I lit the stove, and a little bit of steam, a little bit of bubbles, but nothing constituting anywhere near a boil. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. Like I said, I think that grill top is interfering. So I'm going to try one more time with the stove pot, or the stove base that came with the pot, or with the stove. Refill the stove and then drop it in the base that it came with. Alright, stove's been going for 1 minute. I'm kind of worried about this because why I got that little titanium grill top was because I was worried about the diameter of my pot being smaller than the diameter of the base, and it kind of is. It's actually kind of seating down in there. So we'll see what happens. Coming up on 5 minutes. I'm going to take the top off. And this is actually what I was worried about using this base, is it is wedged in there. So trying to get it. Okay. I'm at 9 minutes, which means the pot's been on there for 8 minutes. And actually getting some bubbles. You can see it's been on there for about 9 minutes, and I'm getting some bubblage going on. Alright, so 15:33. I'm going to go ahead and call this one. So that means the pot has been on there for about 14 minutes without a lid for about 9, and getting more of a boil than I got with the previous test. So, alright, one more test, and that is with a windscreen. I'm going to use this titanium stove I got, plus an aluminum foil windscreen that I just whipped up. So here we go. Also for this test, I will keep the lid on for the length of the test. Okay, so there's 1 minute. Windscreen. And pop. Alright, we're at 10.5 minutes, which means this has been on the fire for 9.5, and we have a raging boil. Oop, camera's too close. Oh no, crap. Steam. Alright, so definitely the windscreen is the way to go. Alright, so that concludes my test. End results were kind of discouraging at first, using just the titanium grill and just the stove base, and then also just the Pathfinder stove, or the Pathfinder grill. I let it go for 13-14 minutes and wasn't getting anywhere close to a full boil. A little bit of vapor coming off the top and a little bit of bubbles, but nothing close to a full boil. But using a windscreen, just simple aluminum foil wrapped around it, less than 10 minutes, and I had a raging boil, as you saw. So that's it for my little initial stove test, first fire. And thanks for checking out the video, and until the next one, see you on the trail.